Hey everyone, my name is Caitlin.
And my name's Jacqueline.
And welcome to How to Heal, a podcast for the youth by the youth.
Make sure to follow us on your streaming platform to ensure you never miss an episode. For our first podcast, we're going to talk about what we are in this new podcast. How to Heal is a podcast brought to you by Heal Project.
HEAL stands for Healing, Equity, Advocacy, and Leadership.
On this podcast, which will be coming out weekly, we'll follow our own stories, those of fellow youth and community members, while discussing what's going on in our community, the social justice scene, and how to heal in our own lives.
All right, well, let's hop right into it.
My name's Jacqueline. I'm currently a senior at Redwood High School, and next year I'll be attending the University of California at Berkeley. And I'm really excited to be on this podcast, to be a part of it, and also to be a part of the HEAL Project. So I've been working with HEAL since the summer of 2020, which was a very eventful summer, as many of us do know. And I feel like that was really the first time I was exposed to what it means to make a change in your community, and also how to network with people who have a stake in our community. So that's my little spiel. I do have a lot of little interests, but most of them do center around social justice and basically just how we can make the world a more equitable place.
That's amazing. Okay, well, it's tough to follow that, but hi everyone. My name is Caitlin, and I am also a senior at Redwood High School. Next year, I will also actually be attending the University of California, Berkeley. So me and Jackie will be sticking together. Super excited. I joined HEAL not really knowing what it was. I was just super excited to get into something that centers around inclusivity. I've always been a person that has been a firm believer that inclusivity can save the world. I've been involved in a ton of things. I'm currently an ASB and yearbook at my school. And I think HEAL just does an amazing job at trying to promote equity. And yeah, I'm super excited to meet more people on this podcast. And I can't wait for you guys to hear from both of us weekly. So.
Yeah, thanks for that, Caitlin. I'm so excited. So with that, we're kind of going to just dive into a question to really preface the coming content of this podcast, but we want to set a foundation by just asking ourselves, what's our why? Why are we here? Whether our whys in life, why we're interested in social justice and inclusivity, and all those types of things. So for me, I feel like I maybe have a lot of different whys, but personally, coming from the Central Valley of California to a lower income family, I feel like I have seen a lot of the different struggles that my community faces and those at large of low income families around the country. And although making a difference is often daunting, I feel like through meeting people in my community, meeting leaders, and just all around great people, I've seen that making a change is something that I definitely want to do. And this podcast is one of the many ways that makes that possible for me. And so I guess my why is where I come from, and all of the other people who have shaped me into who I am. I'm really excited to go into the future, and although social justice may not be a main focus for me or my career necessarily, it's definitely going to be integrated into everything I do and the way I think. And yeah, I'll pass it on to Caitlin.
Well, that's so tough to follow again, Jackie. But again, I think my why is a ton of different things. I feel like personally, my main goal in life has always been to make people smile. I've always been one to crack a joke or like throw a few laughs in the room. And I think that I've gone through life just trying to make everyone happy. And like, I've been a firm believer in equity for all of my life, coming from a Latinx household. My family and I are partial Spanish speakers. And I remember seeing like my grandparents and stuff always like trying their best to like, I guess, conform to like these social norms. And I've learned that like conforming is not like a bad thing, but it's not necessary to be yourself here. So I just think that my why is like, again, I think my why is again promoting equity, and just being yourself is the best way to be you throughout this world, and navigating is, although it can be super difficult, is just, it's just best to go through life being yourself. So yeah.
So that's our why. Now we challenge you, the listener, to ask, what's my why?
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Make sure to tune in next week where we bring in a community member to talk about how they heal.
Again, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at heal.project to stay updated with this podcast and also future events. See ya. Sorry.
That's a wrap. I love it.